That was a lovely introduction, Bobby.
No problem, mate. I mean every word.
I appreciate it very much. Well, I've been made to feel very, very welcome here in Nottingham, and especially here at the Chameleon and at Speech Therapy. Yeah, I'm going to read some work from a book that came out in November last year called Place Waste Dissent. It's a book about an area of East London. It's a book about the building or attempted building of well, it was eventually built, of a motorway, and it's stories. Stories about people that I met, things that happened, not everything that happened, but some of the things that happened. Between 1990 and 93, when I was squatting there and protesting. The protest went on until I think somewhere around towards the end of 94. But it was an amazing time, and I met some incredible people. It's probably worth mentioning that these posters and these things up on the wall are actually prints of the pages. What the Influx Press in London sort of indulged me a little bit and let me use photographs of people, places and things from back then from 5 different people that I was able to get access to their archive to, as well as my work, and a lot of it's cut and pasted, and as you can see, the words kind of struggle often for space and compete with space with the images and stuff, and that's pretty much what it was like living there in many respects. It was a struggle for space and ultimately for homes. That picture there that Miggy mentioned was a woman called Dolly Watson, and I kind of she was an incredible woman, and I took the liberty of writing, using her voice to kind of set a bit of the scene. That's where I'm going to start. So this is the kind of trench that they decided to build this motorway. Went from the Red Bridge roundabout on the A12. I don't know if anyone knows that edge of East London. It goes from there right the way through into Hackney Wick. So it went right through Red Bridge, Wanstead, Leytonstone, Leyton, and on into Hackney. And if you ever drive east or west on the A12M, you'll be driving over the area of East London. You'll be trying to stop from being turned into a motorway. So I'm going to read a little bit that sort of sets the scene. 50 years after the trains arrived, as my father watched the heat haze corrugate over St Patrick's Cemetery, gnawing the coal under his fingernails, ale always on his mind, Mother brought me into the world on her back, upstairs at 32 Claremont Road. A bracing stroll from the wilds of Epping Forest, pagan green man mythology, a strutting Dicky Turpin, the highwayman's camp, eternities of horse sweat. And in spite of my acid-tongued sisters and his boozing with his mates, I held on to my dear mother, her apron, smile and warm hands. Leyton was a marshy settlement on the River Lee, slowly enclosed, squeezed by curtains of brick that blocked the mansion's view of the working classes. I remember cricket matches, the workhouse and Bethnal Green Boys' Home, the chimneys that boiled smoke day and night. And there was Forest House, which had the largest bedroom in London. There'd be 200 homeless men every night snoring, loud enough to wake the dead. I went into business. Shorthand and the typing halls of Brown Brothers in the city, Great Eastern Street. I was secretary of car parts in short gloves and a 2-piece suit. My sisters eventually jumped ship, left Claremont Road. I stayed put, my dear, single, unclaimed amongst necktie and thermos factories. Laurel and Hardy on stage in Walthamstow, the marvellous dances and dates at the Queen Vic in Maryland. I took walks down Whip's Cross Road to the Hollow Pond. The old Lido was dug out by the unemployed over the winter of 1907. Ghosts and birds drifting out of Hitchcock's grocers on the high road. Some weekends we'd recite plays, usually Shakespeare, at the New Church Road Library, and see one-act plays at the William Morris Technical School. Very amateur, but always dramatic. Skipping forward a little bit here. So this is Dolly still talking. So she was born in 1901. I met her in 1990. She retired from Brown Brothers. She'd been retired for 29 bloody years. Incredible woman. And I was suspicious of the world. Scared, I suppose. Waiting for a fire, the motorway, or a burglar. And upstairs was a photocopy of memories, smells, sounds, visions. I had clothes and bedding long forgotten, and a bath I hadn't filled for over 10 years. Bad back. I got by with a morning sherry and 40 Lambert and Butler a day. The garden bores me. I'd have vivid dreams about Wanstead flats, open spaces, the prisoner of war camp on the flats in winter, frosted uniforms bent over allotments, the igloos the men made for their kids in that freezing winter of 1947. Modern appliances. Only one ring worked on my cooker, enough for the kettle and porridge. Cleaning, dusting, hoovering. I don't want to make a fuss, but should I stop smoking, my dear? The rumours about this road continue. Suspicion creeps up like an itch. My scalp ticks at night. With granular sub-base T-brakes, subangular fragments, fag brakes, crude oil-derived hydrocarbons, crushed top rock, wet weather, burnt lime, arc-like clay, and shale. The days pass like Russian dolls folding into each other. As the memories queue to knock at my window, I find burns on my housecoat. I haven't smelt fresh bread for years. And one summer in 1990, all these young people began living in the empty houses, squatting. Well, they did that everywhere in London after the war. They had to live somewhere, and it's the same today. At first we did something. Specimens jamming the Conservative junction box. Someone's filmed the roadhouses locked into concrete batter, eager to smash the nice bake-off. Signed off grid, I zine something. Great squall, DIY spaces invaded. Inshallah, tall Newbury Donga night campaign. Determined routes, plan of M11. Recall madness, road event, eviction or pausing, or poor years, streetwise, false proxy of celebratory house drinking. Returning to solo number, lorries, vans and single inhabitants. Anarchist central to Hurtle, great curry, blue sky thinking. Flexi cash, the shirt signed by Sheriff Dodge, a doorstep stage, fuck thinking. Claremont, Place, single, drug spit.